We are in a Pentecost moment in the American church right now. The Spirit seems unwilling to tolerate our clinging to outmoded hierarchies in the name of Jesus. Take the popular Bible teacher Beth, for instance. She has just announced that she has left the Southern Baptist Convention because she is unwilling any longer to be complicit in a church that subjugates women to men when the Spirit is in fact speaking through women too. On another front, many church leaders are doubling down on a culture that refuses to liberate black people from the legacy of white supremacy. They see the movement for black equality as a threat to the peace of the church. The real worry is the loss of the old order of things. I had the honor of delivering the commencement address last week for the Perkins School of Theology at SMU, and I told them this story. One Sunday morning in 1946, Pastor Blake Smith stood tall in the pulpit of the University Baptist Church in Austin and declared that it was past time that the University of Texas open its doors to all Texans. The time for integration had come. And what's more, he said to his, at that time, all-white congregation, the time had come for their church to open its doors to all, regardless of race. The church's job is to model for the world the dream of God, not to be a mere reflection of the way the world is. Well, right after the benediction, predictably, an emergency deacons meeting was called for that afternoon, and for hours, that all-male group grumbled on about what the preacher had said that morning, about whether he had the right to say those things, about the autonomy of the local church in deciding who would be its members and who would not be, about whether Blake Smith ought to be their pastor at all. After a long while, the moderator looked to the back of the room where there was an elderly, respected judge who was sitting there quietly all through the meeting. The man said, "Judge, we haven't heard from you on this matter. What do you think?" The judge rose to his feet and solemnly said, "Well, I don't like what our pastor said this morning any more than the rest of you. But I think Jesus liked it a lot." University Baptist Church integrated that very year, becoming the first church in the Southern Baptist Convention to do so. It would take another 10 years for the University of Texas to do the same.